And today on M&B Media, we have filmmaker Issa Bolden on with us today, who has produced a list of films such as Grim City, In the Twilight, Time Travelers, Esther the Movie, Blood, Guilt, and Samson. Good to have you on, man. I ran it down, didn't I? That's you, right?
That's me.
I wish you forgot.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for taking time out to sit down with us to have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
With M&B Media TV. Here we like to jump right in, Issa, to have those conversations so we can get to know who you are as a person. So first of all, where are you from?
I'm from a town called Portsmouth, Virginia.
P-Town.
P-Town, man. P-Town all day. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Born and raised. Born in Maryview Hospital.
Okay, Maryview. Everybody got stories about Maryview.
Oh yeah, every story today. No, I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Yeah. How was that for you? Everybody has a different story about Portsmouth.
It was, I mean, like you said, everybody got a different story. For me, it was all right. I mean, you've seen a lot of stuff that you thought was normal because you see it all the time. And then when you get older, you're like, oh wait a minute, this shouldn't be happening. This ain't normal. But I played baseball out there, rec league, basketball at the Y. But it was cool. I didn't have nothing crazy.
Got you.
Going on, yeah.
So it was kind of peaceful growing up, of course.
It was. In my house, it was peaceful. Outside, I don't know how peaceful it was growing up.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I didn't seen it all, man. I seen people get shot in the street. I seen people get thrown out of the car. I seen people. The crazy thing I've seen was a guy. I don't know if this what you say this, you can edit it out. I saw a guy had a chain. A guy had a chain around his neck, and another guy was pulling him in the street. And I looked out the window, I was like, what's going on? I'm like, this is crazy. But no, other than that, like I said, I had both parents. So
right, it's good.
They kind of taught me, right from wrong.
Had balance.
That balance.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get into too much trouble. So, but yeah. It was good. Yeah.
Got you. So you went to high school in Portsmouth?
I was homeschooled.
Oh wow.
But everybody I knew went to Norcom. So I know a lot of people in Norcom because and then like when they got out of school, I played ball with them and stuff like that. But I was homeschooled growing up.
Being homeschooled, man, how was that? Because I never had a conversation with somebody who's been home. Yeah.
It was good. It was actually all right because, like I say, when you really don't know what the difference is until you get older.
People start talking about high school.
And it's like, wait a minute, I missed out on this and that. Right. But while you in it, it's just a regular day. Like you wake up and got homework and stuff like that. But like I said, people think like being homeschooled, you're not social. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I had friends, so after they got out of school and I got out, we just played, so the social stuff won't lacking.
Got you.
But it taught me, when I got older, I realized there's a lot of craziness that happens in school. So it's like, I don't know if it was a good thing or bad thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but it was cool.
Got you.
Cool, yep.
Man, I talked about a list of films that you wrote and produced.
Right.
So what inspired you to get into filmmaking?
It was nothing that really inspired me. I would say this. My dad always had a camera. He had one of them RCA cameras, the big set, the big joints. But he was always filming and recording, and so I was always creative because I would play my toys and stuff. And what was funny was I got my dad's camera, and I didn't even know what stop motion was at the time.
Stop motion.
Yeah, so it was basically I was playing with my G.I. Joe man. And so basically I would hit record on the camera, move it, stop it, move it, hit record, go back and forth. And then when you run it back, it'd be like they already moved. You know, you don't see your hand, right? So I started doing that and I was like, this is good. Like, this is creative. And I started there and I started doing more shooting, and I was writing plays at home for my family to do. And so it really wasn't nothing that like I saw something and was like, I'm gonna do that. It was more like I just started playing around with my data camera.
Gotcha.
Got into it that way.
So how old were you then?
I was 11 at the time.
And you picked up the camera.
Picked up the camera 11 years old, yep.
So you know a lot about a camera since the age of 11. You've been working with it. Wow.
The age of 11, yep. Yeah,
wow.
Man. It was, but ever since then, I fell in love with it. And like I said, I started writing plays in my house with my brother and sister. And of course, they didn't want to do it, but my parents made them do it. And so I would shoot that and write and shoot that. And but yeah, that's how I kind of got started into it.
At an early age, you were writing and producing films with your brother.
And I didn't even know the format. I would just write out, write out some lines. You say this, sister, you say this line, brother, you say this line. You know, I write it out. My dad would say this line, and I send them each the piece of paper. And then I would tell them how to direct. I would direct them. Right. You stand over there. You stand over there. Then I would shoot, hit record, like action go. So yeah, early age I was doing all that.
Wow. So you've always been creative.
Oh yeah, always been creative.
Wow. So how do you find your inspiration to write then? Like, where does that come from?
I think what it was, being that I was homeschooled. I'm the youngest of two, right? Well, three. It's I got an older brother, older sister. And I was the last one in the house where they were all like away at school. So I started, I would like imagine things and talk to myself and stuff like that. And so I think that's where my creativeness came from, was just I had to entertain myself.
Got you.
So I would, like I said, play with my toys and stuff and make up stories and just start thinking of stories.
Different scenes.
Yeah, different scenes. My dad, however, he told us a lot of stories when he was young. And that kind of stuck with me too. And so of his childhood, he would tell us stories of his childhood, and that was interesting. And so that really captured my attention. And so I guess that's why I kind of got the storytelling aspect of it. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. So you have a drama series called Virginia.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it until I searched your name. I said, wow, he created a series. Talk about that, man.
So I started that, it was maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. So what happened was I was in LA and I had moved back home and I was in LA for 6 years. And I moved back home. Everybody I knew was gone or moved away or, grown and all that. So I wanted to like get back into the creative scene.
Gotcha.
And so one of my homeboys, Mark, he was doing skits with somebody out here named Soap, a guy named Soap. And so I called Mark and I was like, hey man, what's going on? Like, cause I asked him to do like a little short film with me. He was like, yeah. And so he told me about the skits they was doing and stuff. So then we started doing skits. And from the skits we were doing, I was like, man, we got kind of like everywhere with this. I said, I want to kind of bring it home, like just not be random. I want to do something. So we basically was like, I wrote like one scene from that. We shot the scene and it was good. And then we shot another scene.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, let's just do this one episode. Did an episode and then it kind of like just took off from there. Yeah. So it was kind of random. It was just like everybody coming together. He would grab some of his friends and I would ask people, and
So you shot it here in Portsmouth or?
I shot it it was mostly in Portsmouth, but it was mostly in Norfolk. It was in Norfolk and Portsmouth, some Newport News and stuff like that. So it was around the 757 area where I shot the scenes and stuff.
Wow. How do you find your cast, man? Like, what do you do to get those people to come together?
Honestly, I'll be honest, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person that I'm consistent in like reaching out. And so for me, I'll reach out to people because Virginia has a little, we kind of
talk about it. Say it.
Virginia, it ain't really, it's hard to get people to come together, right? That's the first thing. And also, if you're not like, you know, the star, you know, an A-list, they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? So you got to really go out and ask and really show people what you're doing for them to kind of be a part of it. But it's difficult, so that's what I did. I was hitting people up on Instagram and Facebook.
Like a cast call?
Like a casting call.
Okay.
But before the casting call, I was just like direct messaging them. So I would go on people's like, for example, I would go on Instagram and then I would type in 757 actors, right? And then it'd come up and then I'll click on them and I'll hit them up and say, hey, do you act? You know, I'm doing this series. And some people like, nah, I don't act. Or some people like, yeah, I act, I'll be a part of it. So that's how I was direct messaging people. And then I got a couple of people to join, so yeah.
Wow. What do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
You said 2 years?
Yeah, 3, 1,
2, 3. I don't know, man. What I wanna do is, I still want to produce movies and films. I'm still doing that, but I really want to get to the point where my movies and films are funding my movies and films.
Okay.
Versus coming out of pocket, right? And so that's where I want to be, at least in the next 2 years, where when I put out a project,
it's making money.
It's making money, where I can just use that money to create more opportunity and more films. And I'm a person who want everybody to win.
Gotcha.
Right. So
likewise.
And so that's one of my things. I really want to motivate people to be creative and to really, you know, go forward. So with that, if I had the funds, you know, the funds coming in, I can employ more people and pay the actors and actresses and things like that, and really take it to the next level. So
is that the hardest part about being your own, you know, you the creator of everything?
Oh yeah.
Is the money side of it.
Oh yeah, that's the number one. That's the number one hardest part, because especially around in this area, you don't have, like, if you go to like New York or California, it's like investors everywhere because they know what the entertainment, what it can bring. Out here, you don't have a lot of entertainment investors or people that want to build that, you know what I'm saying, build that up. You got people talking about it, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, but I haven't seen it. But so it's hard to really get people to fund. I put out a crowd funding. You know what it is? Like a crowd. It's basically like a GoFundMe. Like a GoFundMe. I put out a GoFundMe. I think my goal was like $2,000. And I think I made like $10.
Wow.
And I did that twice. The first time I made 10, the second time I made only like 100. And with like the GoFundMe and the crowdfunding, if you don't reach your goal, they don't pay out. But it's really hard to, that's the hardest part. But I tell people all the time, don't let that discourage you.
Right.
You gotta, that's why I do a lot myself, because it's like, I can't, if I depend on somebody else, I would have never got to this, you know, this point I am right now. So you always gotta move forward, and you never know when that day gonna come, so.
Looking at you, man, you've been in it for a while.
Right.
Do you ever get to a place where you say, forget it?
Yeah. I mean,
it's not working.
Yeah, that's honestly every day.
I got you.
It's an everyday feeling, but I'll be honest with you, it's like a gift and a curse with me. I can't stop.
Got you.
Even if I want to, even if I want to throw in the towel, I love what I do, and I can't bring myself to just stop. Yeah. And I got to keep going. I got to keep shooting. I got to keep, cause I'm not, a lot of people are like perfectionists. And I'm not that person. I can't, because a lot of times perfectionists, they'll sit on something or they'll wait to put something out.
Right,
they gotta
that's
be
right.
perfect.
Yeah.
I can't wait. My ADHD won't let me wait. So I gotta
like
keep
that.
putting out. I gotta keep shooting.
Yeah.
But but like I said, the flip side is tough, man. It's tough.
The reason why I asked that, because people hear the good side of things, but they never hear the bad side of things. You know what I mean? It's a process.
They go on Instagram and TikTok, and they just see the finished product.
Right.
And they see these people, all these views and stuff, and they think, oh, this is so glamorous. Because like you said, they don't show the hardship of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to get to that level, man, you got to go through some stuff.
I like to hear those stories. I want to hear it. It was hard.
Listen,
let me know.
I got stories for days, man. I got stories for days.
Give us one.
So I'll go back, and I don't know if you're gonna touch it, but I'll go back before I went to moving to LA. When I went to LA, I didn't have no money. I didn't have no place to stay. I didn't have a job. And I said, because I was fed up with Virginia. I said, man, nothing's happening here.
Wow.
I'm nothing's happening. I would literally go door to door to stores, because I'm a photographer and videographer at the same time. But I would go to, say, hey, I can shoot you a commercial, I can take photo shoots for you, and I ain't gonna get nothing. This is for years. And I would do a little photography, get a little money in there, but nothing, so I'm done with Virginia. So I'm gonna go west. I said, I'm gonna get out of here. I said, I'm gonna go to where the heart is, where the movie, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, no job, no money. I had $600 in my name.
Wow.
And I drove cross country.
Really?
Drove cross country to got to LA. I don't even at the time I didn't know where I was, but I know I got to LA. And it hit me. I said, man, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nowhere to stay. Like, I don't know if I'm in the hood. I don't know if it's cops, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know there's gangs out here. I don't know where I am, so I'm sleeping in my car now. This time I'm sleeping in my car.
What year was this?
This was 2015. 2015, sleeping in the car. I left out of there. I was sleeping in my car. I couldn't sleep, first of all, because, I mean,
you don't know where you are.
I don't know where I am. So that day, I'm like, okay, I got to get back home. But driving back home ain't it, because you're driving 36 hours. That's it took me 3 days to get there. So I said, okay, I'm gonna stick it out. But every day it was a struggle. I ended up getting a job as a janitor. Getting a job as a janitor, I found $200 in a trash can. I know people think I'm lying. I found $200 in a trash can. I think, thank you, Jesus, because I needed that. But things started because I never gave up, even though I wanted to. Right. And that was the hardest part, sleeping in your car and not having a place to stay. It went from that to I ended up getting a job. I would go to fill out applications every day, like 100 applications every day. End up working for a nonprofit, a startup company.
With the camera?
With the camera. Yeah. So I was doing editing.
Gotcha.
Started out with a startup company, editing some stuff for them. Still sleeping in my car at the time. Nobody knew. I would get up early, go to the job, and wash up.
Wow.
And I'll be the first one there because I had to get there early because I didn't want nobody to, know I was homeless. And I would, after work, get back in my car and just sit in the car. I end up getting, I know I'm talking too long, man, but I end up
that's good.
Going to One Life Fitness. It was 24 Hour Fitness. And then I got a membership there. That's why I was gonna wash up there and stuff like that.
That's deep, man.
But then the turning point was the startup company got brought out by Warner Brothers. And so that switched everything around. I started making more money, got connections, and stopped meeting people. But back to your point about hardship, man, it's to do that, to be to just pop up somewhere that you don't know what's going on. Right. To deal with that adversity ain't it, man, because it's sleeping in your car ain't the life.
Wow. Then you got these voices of
You got
people
voices,
saying,
go back home.
Go back home,
and,
yeah.
people, and then regular voices is just saying, in your head is like, man, you out here in LA, how you think you gonna make it?
right.
Like everybody and their mama got a camera, literally. Everybody and mama got a camera. Everybody and mama wants to be a filmmaker. Everybody and mama wants to be an actor. So how you gonna stand out in front of millions of people that's in LA? So that's like, man, I ain't gonna make it. But like I said, it's just, if you believe in yourself, people say that all the time, but it's a true statement. If you got a goal and a dream, like I say, my curse is I got to do it. I can't stop. And then I realized by me not stopping got me into Warner Brothers. So what happens if I don't stop? Where's the next big thing is gonna get? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But yeah, it's hard out here.
Wow.
But there's a reward for it, though.
Absolutely.
There's a reward for it.
But it takes hard work.
Yep, it takes hard work.
So what would you say to an inspiring filmmaker who sees you and is inspired by what you do, man? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, I like to be real, man. I tell people, I say it ain't easy as you think. It's not easy as you think. But I'd also tell them, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you or discourage you from pursuing what you want to do.
I like that.
I said, but it's the thing that I've learned in my time in LA was the people that rise to the top is the people that don't stop. If you go back and look who, people who stop, they're not gonna make it anyway because they stop. But the people that, there's success stories that people started, years ago. And it was a story about a lady on Wakanda movies. It was an older lady. I think she was like in her 80s, and that was her first role. And so it's just, I would say, don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Yep.
Man, if you could go back to talk to the younger Issa, what would you tell him to prepare him for right now? What would you say to him? The 12-year-old.
Oh man, I would say pursue your dreams earlier.
I like it.
Pursue your dreams earlier. Go after it earlier. And I'll say this because growing up, not to hold you too long, but growing up,
go ahead.
I was taught, okay, you got to get a job. Well, you got to get 9 to 5. You got to graduate and have a degree. And you got to have this much money in the bank before you can get married. It was more like a cookie cutter. It was this. So in my head, I was always like, okay, I hate this job. Why do I got to be here, right? And why can't I do what I want to do? But then, people like, we got to pay bills, which is all true now. But it's like being at a job for so long, and it just eats you up inside a place that you don't want to be.
Because you have something in your heart.
Because you got to get out.
Right.
So I would say to the younger me is, like I say, pursue that dream early. You always. It's not saying have a backup plan, but it's good because use your 9 to 5 to fund what you're trying to do.
That, yeah.
Use the 9 to 5. Take advantage. Don't just sit there and think, I got to be here forever. Nah, like if you want to be creative, you want to do some creative stuff, use that as a platform to fund what you're trying to do and pursue what you're trying to do to take you to the next level. I like it. Versus just having the mindset of I got to get out of here. Yeah. So
I got you, man.
Yeah.
So your latest film is what?
My latest film is called Blood Guilt.
Okay.
That's the one that's on that's on Tubi. It's on Tubi and Amazon.
Cool, man.
And it's a modern day story about David and Bathsheba from the Bible, right? I wanted to do like a modern day version of it. And basically it's a drama and a thriller. That's a very interesting story. But yeah, that's
big, man. You said Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi.
Amazon.
Man,
it's awesome, man.
It's Tubi. It took a year to get it up there.
Really?
It took a year. It ain't.
It was a hard process to do that.
It was a long process because there's a lot of paperwork involved, and there's a lot of things that you got to do to get ready to submit to them. But it's big. I mean, people are so like think everything will happen overnight, go fast, pace. or you shooting and you think you're gonna put it out the next day. It's like, no, I did that last year and it just now came out. But I'm excited about it, you know. I'm excited about it because a lot of people a lot of people give up, like I said earlier. But like I said, it's an exciting thing to see your film out there.
Something you've done.
Something I've done.
Wow.
And especially representing Virginia, because like I said, in that movie is all 757.
Right.
It's stores from 757, people from 757, landmarks, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Virginia has so much talent, man.
Yeah, man. It do.
Wow.
It do.
Wow.
It do,
wow.
man. Yeah.
So how can people find you?
So you can find me. I got an Instagram. Basically you can hit me up on Instagram. That's Issa Bolden Films. ISSABOLDEN Films. So you hit me up there, DM me. I'm always looking for talented people. Anybody want to act? I don't care if you never acted.
Yeah.
I need everybody.
Wow.
So yeah, you find me.
So you're always looking for people.
I'm always looking for people, man.
Okay.
It's not as hard. It's not as easy as you think.
Right.
It's only a certain few that has that hunger mentality. It's a certain few, but it's not easy. So I'm always looking, you know, for people that want to create,
be creative. Wow. Any last words you want to give before we close out the conversation?
Nah, just thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely,
really,
man.
Thank y'all for having me up here. This is like I said, I love sharing my story. I love talking. I love trying to motivate.
Yeah.
And I love to inspire. I love to, like I said, connect. And so I really appreciate you asking me to come up here to talk. But yeah, that's it.
One last question. What camera do you like? Canon or Sony? Be honest. Which one do you prefer to shoot your films?
Shoot my films? I'll be honest with you. So I got both.
Okay, all right.
I got both.
He's struggling.
I like Sony. I'll be honest with you.
Got you.
I like Sony. But don't rule out Canon.
I got you.
Don't rule out Canon. I shot all my earlier films with the Canon, and they look amazing. But I like Sony though.
Got you. Man, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right.